It's me again, therockfishstory, up in here, getting ready to tell you what issues I went through today while trying to catch a fish. Why can't that young little boy keep that rockfish he caught? It looked legit. Where the whole issue is today, no, it ain't quite the third yet. Them on that once a month system ain't no fun. Can't get any real paperwork legitly at a job. Like 3 to 4 G's a month, something like that, 5 to 10 to 12, 100 G's, 100 K's or so. But one fat check comes from somewhere. But anyway, that's how life is. Well, let me get back to tell you about the story that happened today. We was approached by the game warden over at Plymouth, North Carolina, just fishing, and a young man, well, older man, buddy came through. I didn't know him, but he was off the fish and handed me some fish that he catch. I said, all right, I'm down. Anybody would be down for something like that. But then a little boy, maybe about 13, under 12, maybe, he said, the game warden said he's not even 14 or something like that. I'm not sure the rules on rockfishes with children, but the young man caught a rockfish, man. The thing looked about close to 18 or 22 inches in between there somewhere. Cause my foot measured exactly 1 foot, about 12 inches. And that fish was past 1 foot of mine, and like in the half of the other foot. So that was about close to 18 to 20 inches of a good rockfish, which I thought was qualified for him to take home. But in the meantime, when he caught the fish, he needed some assistance catching the fish, taking the fish off the hook. So I had my needle nose pliers, assisted the young man, and he had a bag. His bag tore on his way away from the dock, from the little boardwalk that he was on in Plymouth. So I took him another bag. In the meantime, I guess the game warden was bird watching, because he came from out the bushes, approached a young man about the fish that he had, and he took the fish from the little boy, and then he pinpointed me. He came up to me and said, hey, look, I can take you down for aiding and abiding a young man and catching a fish, taking a fish from the dock that's not legit. He said the fish wasn't legit. I thought the fish was legit. I only asked the officer, why didn't he measure the fish? He never measured the fish. The fish looked legit. That young boy caught a rockfish today, y'all, and was denied of his own personal gain. But he tried to throw it off on me, the innocent guy, the standing by again. And I ain't, saying too much to him, but I told him that young man caught that on his own reel, his own hook, his own weight, his own, bait. I mean, that's not me. I only assisted him in taking the fish off the hook. Now, how can I be, caught up in some things that he did and the fish looked legit? I know I didn't have a tape measure, but my foot measured at least 12 inches. And if I take the other foot and put on it, the fish came about halfway over my foot. So I know that's a legit fish. And he trying to throw all the weight on me, talking about $300 fine. I'm like, man, $300? That's all? I mean, you threatening me like this over a fish that I didn't catch? And I mean, if I get to the court system, I'm just going to tell the judge that no, he falsely accusing me of something. I was only assisting a young man today. Today is Sunday. And I'm broke and hungry and need some fish. I only want to catch catfish. But if I catch a rockfish, I hope it be a legit rockfish, not nothing crooked. But anyway, though, he was just throwing it off, trying to see if my Negro was going to show up today. But I let the Negro cool off today, Sunday, man. I ain't got time for this. I already been through too much. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to go back there. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be a nice young man, older man. I'm over 40. So I know I'm too old to be too active, immature these days. Now, if I was 18, 19, I don't mind going down there to the jail cell. You know what I'm saying? I got the go off from 18, 19. You young, like, man, what you doing? See, that's what he's saying. He's trying to get me back there. But what I'm saying is that young man, that little boy, caught a pretty nice rockfish to me that was at least 18 inches to 19 to 20 inches in the range that I think that's safekeeping for, you know, a krill of fish. And I think you limit two between 18 to 22 and maybe one over 27, something like that, in the inches of measure. So that game warden need to check himself and see what game he got going, because he's going about it the wrong way, trying to take some young man talking about he had to take the child down to some type of juvenile system from catching a rockfish. I mean, that rockfish looked good to go to me. I mean, I'm telling you, that was wrong. That was very wrong. And he denied that child his own catch, man. Every child dream of catching a rockfish.
Cause I think that the roses is falling me. I can see that the roses is falling me. I see the people.